Thank you for joining me on the Just Talk with Rachel Nekati. And I would like us to talk about where you live emotionally. Where do you live emotionally? Which emotions are running your life? Are you empowering negative emotions while suppressing your positive emotions? Are you seeing the world as hostile? Are you seeing people as bad? Are you seeing yourself as not enough? Where do you live emotionally? Some people are so accustomed to negative emotions to a point whereby they have now identified themselves with negativity. When they open their mouth to talk, all you can expect is negative comment. When they talk about others, what you can hear is negative comment. Where do you live emotionally? This is a very difficult question because it basically requires you to introspect. It requires you to be aware of your patterns of behavior. It requires you to look inward. There is no use blaming situations, circumstances, environment, and others for your emotions. When you pierce an orange and squeeze it, what do you get? You get an orange juice. When you pierce an orange with a knife, what do you get? You get an orange juice. When you squeeze the orange in a juicer, what do you get? You get an orange juice. Whatever you do to an orange, the outcome is the content of the orange. When you talk negatively, when you say negative statements about other people, and you start blaming them, know that you cannot get an apple juice from an orange. Circumstances don't cause you to be a negative person. Circumstances exposes you to show your true self. Angry people say angry words. Happy people say happy words. Regardless of circumstance, what you are going to get is the place you live emotionally. It's always easy to see where people are. You meet someone for the first time, the first thing they do, they want to accuse you. Where have you been? You don't check on me, you whatever, this and that. Hello, we are just meeting for the first time. Why can't we own it up together and say, we are busy, we don't have time? Why are you pointing fingers? When you say, why don't you check on me? What makes you think that is only that person's responsibility to check on you? Why didn't you check on that person? Why do we feel entitled to be the recipients, to be the ones who should be contacted, to be the ones who should be invited? Why don't you invite me to your house? Have you invited me to your house? So before we can start saying things, we need to ask ourselves, where do we live emotionally? Because by the way we sound, we are exposing ourselves. Therefore, let us not be surprised when you get what we least expect from people. And do not ever think that you've caused someone to do or say something. Because you did this, that's why I responded this way. I wasn't really going to say that. It's because of you. Remember, you get an orange juice from an orange. You cannot get a pineapple or an apple from an orange. Whatever people do to you, you are going to show them your true contents. Your true contents will be triggered by people. And if you are a person who lives in a positive emotional environment, whatever situation and circumstance, positivity is what is going to come from your mouth. Positivity will be reflected by your behavior. When you see somebody passing nasty comments, when you see somebody saying negative things about others, when you see somebody passing a negative comment, simply know that that person is living in a negative environment emotionally. Do not be surprised by negative comments. Others pass those comments and say it's humor. Of course. However, where do you live emotionally? I often laugh when I listen to people passing nasty comments. I laugh when I see people hiding behind humor. I simply say, you don't get an apple juice from an orange. An orange will give you an orange. Angry people will say angry things. Happy people will say happy things. It is time to be aware of your patterns of behavior. It is time to be aware of what it is, what pains, what wounds are you currently sitting on, which keep on coming out in bits and pieces. Because unless you become self-aware, you introspect, reflect, and deal with those wounds, you are going to show people that emotionally you are not living in a good space. The decision is yours. No one is going to do it for you. No one is going to change you. You need to take full ownership of your thoughts, of your emotions, and your behavior. When you catch yourself falling into the spiral of negativity, please quickly just shift. Jump into positivity. Jump into a true nature, which is happy person, positive person, peaceful person. Shift and change your residential address. Change your residential address from that negative location to a positive location. No one can do it for you. This is your time to reflect and just shift and become the best version of yourself. Thank you very much for spending time with me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time.